All right, guys, welcome back to Season 0, the QB Club Madden-based simulation for our quarterback NFT holders. We've had some exciting developments the last few hours. We've had a couple of new NFTs hop off the shelf. Cam Ward has found an owner, our supporter Mike, and Wyatt has taken Brock Purdy off the list as well. So two QBs off the list. Wyatt is a big 49ers fan, so that one fits there, the Brock Purdy, and we're going to run him through the simulation today. Here is our leaderboard, as is shown on the screen. I do hope the audio is working. You did test it, and it was working, and not sounding like a chipmunk today, I hope. The voice is coming back. I know I've suffered through the flu about 3 weeks ago, and my voice is still just slowly coming back, but it is almost back to normal. Anyway, the leaderboard, Jared Goff, his 3-touchdown performance against the Jets has put him on top. Jordan Love was our last simulation done on Saturday, and he was able to put 18.48 points narrowly ahead of Aaron Rodgers' performance. Excuse me there for a second. And, of course, Jordan Love in that crazy overtime loss with 3 touchdowns in overtime, including I think it was a 76-yard bomb to John Mechie, of all people, the one Jet receiver who they've gotten rid of since the regular season. But what a crazy game that was. And it's good to see the leaderboard kind of forming here, and you know, with the new additions to the NFT holders, more and more quarterbacks going to be run through the simulator, and we'll get maybe some more movement in this leaderboard. Of course, the Trevor Lawrence NFT holder probably thought he was safe. Somewhere around late last week, probably thought he was safe, but the last few performances have been knocking some people around on this leaderboard, and we'll see what Brock Purdy has in store for us here. Again, let's set this up. We'll get rid of this. Let's get rid of this leaderboard here. It's kind of in the way. We'll update that again when we are finished with the sim. All right, here we go. We got 3-minute quarters, remember. Let's find Wyatt's favorite commentary team. Tarico and Olsen, and 8:15 p.m. and clear, so everything is uniform as best we can. I've screwed up some of the commentary team at times, but I really should have no bearing on the simulation. And but the weather should, and here we are, 8:15 p.m. clear, and let's head off to fake San Francisco for the Jets and the Niners. Of course, in real life, the last few times these teams have met, it hasn't been pretty. I think the Jets have been pummeled the last couple of times they've met, if not longer. I can't recall the Jets playing well against the 49ers. Looks like Kittle leading them out. I didn't really check. I did check to see Purdy is rated an 86 QB on Madden. Very good. Solid rating for Purdy. I mean, if you'd have asked me, I would have put him in the mid-80s. I think I would have said 84, 85, but 86 would take it. I think that's probably fair. I don't think he's that overrated on Madden. He's been a little injury-prone over the years, but he's also led the team to the Super Bowl, so... Jets and 49ers ready to kick off. Looks like the 49ers will be getting the ball. Now again, with these 3-minute quarters, it's really been a little bit crazy. If you see some of these guys put together a run game, it eats up that clock very quickly.
Mike Tirico with my partner Greg Olsen, the veteran Nick.
We'll give you some updates along the way as best we can. Again, remember, it doesn't matter who wins these games. It's all fantasy points based on our scoring system. There's Purdy.
by the last pick of the draft in 2022. Iowa State's Brock Purdy at quarterback.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say...
When you got a good running back there, you always get concerned that they're going to eat up rushing yards, especially against this Jets defense.
Drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you.
You tell him, Greg.
Nothing flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
Second and 8. You'd like to see him go to the air here.
Throwing on second down is Purdy. He'll find his man. That's Kendrick Bourne.
Kendrick Bourne for about 10.
Up past the 40 with that
25 yards per point for passing yards. 10 yards per point for rushing yards. And we've seen that, especially with these 3-minute quarters, that really matters. And the quarterbacks that have run the ball well have scored pretty well as well. Jets rushing defense looking pretty darn good. I got no idea who 99 is.
Their instincts and their vision.
Maybe Mark Gastineau?
The linebacker has his keys, brings him right where the ball is going, and he's able to make a play at the point of attack and keep this to a no gain.
He's got to go back to the air here, you'd think, and he does. Over the middle. It's Jennings.
That's good for 27 and a first down.
I always want to say Michael Crabtree. But nope, Jawan Jennings. It's like 2 balls over the middle, like guys that are pretty open.
That time he knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop.
It's super important that when you collect the touchdowns, they're not rushing. As we've seen, the touchdowns are 6 points, whether it be a QB run or a couple yards there.
Chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
You got him at 39 yards passing right now, 1.56 points. But the guys at the top of the leaderboard have the, not surprising, have the most touchdowns.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's
Goff with 3. The only one to put 3 up. Mahomes and Rodgers and Love all had 2.
Just a couple and sets up third down.
Clock is running here on the first quarter. A lot of recent games have seen the opening drive eat up the entire quarter. You kind of got to think that's going to happen here, unless we see nope, they're going to let the clock run out, which is frustrating.
1 quarter in the books here on a Thursday night.
Come on, man.
Nothing
the ball.
Is the score.
Purdy.
And we're back in the Bay Area after this. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2. And they've got it with 3rd and 6 coming up.
They've got to get the first down. They are short.
Take it in. And he's going to be taken down
short by a yard.
That is going to set up an interesting
they're gonna,
4th down decision.
What do you think? What do they do here? I think they're going to kick it.
On 3rd down. You know what that tells me, Mike?
Looks like he's sending the kicker.
Go for it on 4th down.
Sorry, Wyatt. That's a rough start right there.
With yards after the catch, great.
44 yards passing. It's 1.76 points. They're going to put 3 on the board, which isn't such a bad thing. I mean, Jets will get the ball back. Everyone's got their timeouts, so ideally you'd see the Jets score here quickly.
But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
So after the field goal,
or Jets could not score.
Back out for this kickoff. On the return, here comes Wanwu.
On the return.
He'll work this one past the 25.
Every return seems to look the same on these sims. Drives me nuts. Run into a wall. Don't follow your blocker. Run into a wall at the 25.
Off play action.
Tyrod Taylor, the last pass we saw from him looked very much like this. Nice defense. It's fun to watch the ball when they just launch it.
We see on these deep passes the defender lose track of
you have no idea
They then tend to panic
what it's going to look like when it comes down.
Pass completion or a defensive PI. In this case, he stays in phase. He's able to break the ball up and prevent a big play from happening.
The Jets' typical call here would be handoff to Breece Hall, but they're not.
Is Taylor.
Throwing to Breece Hall instead, they get a first down or hit the 2-minute warning.
Around the 45-yard line. A gain of 17 yards. They pick up 17.
That was a big play there.
For a Jets first down. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0.
Kind of reduces the chances of the 49ers getting the ball back in the first half. Swings it out to Mitchell. A couple yards. Tick, tick, tick.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at their 48-yard line.
2nd and 7.
Not too many yards to go to get in the field goal range here. Taylor's going to tuck it and run. He's got a lot of space. Gets it to about the 31. They are in field goal range, so let's see what happens here. Neither side calling a timeout.
First down. A gain of 19 yards.
And they don't really, as we've said, no sense of urgency whatsoever in these sims. They just they're gonna celebrate their first down. They're gonna let that clock run. They're gonna huddle up. They're gonna run the ball. No, they're not running the ball. All right. Taylor again swings it out. They're not gonna get out of bounds. A minute to go on the clock. No one's taking timeouts here. They're huddling up. It's almost as if they're content to let the clock go and go for the field goal to tie things up. Jets will get the ball back in the second half. He gets out of bounds there. Clock will stop 40 seconds. With that first down, very unlikely that the Niners will get the ball back this quarter.
But remember, it's
going to be a rough
than it
go
is in the
for
college
Purdy.
game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really
That was an open,
decisions.
breaking through about 3 tackles to get another 4 or 5 yards there. And the Jets call timeout. Was that the Jets calling timeout? You never really know. Yeah, Jets calling timeout. 34 seconds to go on the 2-yard line. The positive side to this is that if the Jets put 7 up now and get the ball back and put more points up on the board in the second half to open up the second half, Hall's going to put that one in. 30 seconds left, so you do have time. You are going to have a little bit of time. You got 3 timeouts.
To get the score, and Greg, the big guys up front.
So maybe get a few more points on the board before the second half.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
The veteran Nick Folk here for the extra point.
And the Jets will put up 7. 8 play. Look at that. I mean, that's a minute 51 is a lot in these sims. Unfortunately. Again, the dynamic kickoff just blows. If they put it in the end zone, they're going to get it to 35, which would be very helpful. But they're going to return it, which means we're going to get to the 25.
It'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Niners offense going to get it one final time.
Exactly the 25 this time. Kittle, man, get some conditioner for that hair.
From the 25,
very stringy.
Go to work. 1st and 10.
27 seconds to go. They will be pushing the ball. It's not like they're going to sit on it. Jennings having a pretty solid first half. Purdy is putting up a good amount of yards here in the first half, 53. 100-yard games are probably not the norm with these 3-minute quarters. I have some of
Now
the
it's second
cumulative
and
stats
1.
here, and yeah, I mean, not a lot of people. Maybe about 30 to 40% of the QBs have been putting up 100-plus yards.
Open receiver, the former Gator, Ricky Pearsall.
Pearsall gets a bunch of yards.
A pickup of 9.
9, that was it?
49ers. That is
All right, so I got 62 yards now for Purdy.
18 seconds to go.
18 seconds to go, one timeout. Still not across midfield.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
I mean, what you're probably looking at here is
From the gun.
getting into field goal range being a concern. There's Bourne, who breaks the tackle, gets about 13, and they call the timeout from the 44, 54, 61-yard field goal attempt. You could see it here. I think with 12 seconds, they'll probably run another play. That's going to be a bad choice because, they don't typically on these. They don't go out of bounds. Is I guess what I was going to say. They just don't. They don't really have a sense for the clock. He takes a lot of time. He swings it out, throws it away.
It's incomplete.
You can't fault the
Harrison
quarterback on this
Phillips
one.
looking very happy there.
Much of an opportunity, but
8 seconds to
the
go.
time
The
he
question
hit
is, are they
the
going to
top,
go
he
for a
got
field
his
goal
eyes
from
downfield.
61?
The defense was all over him, and he really had no
I mean, in
choice
real
but
life
to
these
just
days,
get that
you
ball
do,
out of
right?
his hand
You
and
do.
live to play another
But 8
snap.
seconds to go. We got 3 receivers up top. I think that's probably Kittle down below and McCaffrey in the backfield. Throwing to the sidelines. He was smart.
Not much time remaining.
Throwing to the sidelines. He had a guy there. He could have gotten a couple more yards. Could have gotten out
I
of
know this
bounds.
play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback.
No,
His clock
it
was
wasn't.
going off. He
It
felt
wasn't,
that rush.
Craig.
He had no
They're going to
immediate
try the
target
field goal,
to go to with the
61-yarder.
ball. Instead,
Let's see if they can
throw
get it
away.
that far.
Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Wow.
This
Good
one
boot.
not
Nope.
gonna get there.
Nope.
From distance, it is no good.
Thought off the foot. It was,
So, halftime
and it would
here
have had
out
the
west.
distance,
Let's
but
send it east to Scott Hansen. He has our EA Sports
Never-
halftime report.
never quite got there. Looked like a little
All
left
right,
to.
Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen, good
can
to be with you
double-check
from
our
the
yards
Orlando
here. I don't
EA
think
Sports
Purdy had
Studios
any
with an
yards
abridged
rushing.
halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard.
Purdy's a little
Both these
upset.
teams playing it close to the vest in the first
77
half.
yards. I
What
had
will
him at
happen in the second
75,
half?
so we'll
Let's
update
find
to
out as
77
we
at
send it back to the
3.08
stadium
points.
and our commentary
Goes back to
Mike
our
Tirico
leaderboard.
and Greg Olson.
He needs to get ahead of Trevor Lawrence, who's currently eighth on the board, 11.24 points. So
as they come out for the second half
Jets will get the ball
to
here,
get underway.
but it'll be the next possession that's key for Brock Purdy.
Brought down past the 25. Decent field position
No,
to start this drive.
the 25.
The Jets offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter.
Taylor has been phenomenal
The drive begins with a
in
run.
these simulations.
And he'll be
You know,
sacked at the line of scrimmage.
I probably have some sort of setting on that keeps these games close. Because to me, the Jets being 12-8 as the lowest ranked team in the entire game, the lowest rated team, 74, I believe. Titans are 75. Raiders must be down there too, but
Taylor.
I got a feeling they're not so bad. There's Garrett Wilson, 3rd and 3, big play coming.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call
Taylor's
punch
back.
and pivot and stop.
Empty backfield. He's going to run for it, and he's going to get it.
Non-verbal communication between the
brutal.
receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open. That's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. These are the
Now we
plays
start
that
again,
are just
1st and 10.
crushing for a defense. Here you are, you think you're about to make a big stop, force 4th down, and get the football back. But instead, you let the quarterback get loose. He picks up the 1st down with his legs. And now you got to defend.
Mason Taylor, his first catch of the day. They have been spreading it around today. 2nd and 1. I mean,
The drag route.
It just doesn't feel like real life, guys, does it? It just doesn't feel. If you watch the Jets offense in real life, this does not feel. It does not feel legitimate. As a Jets fan, it almost feels good, like TE.
On second down, the run with Hill. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of.
I mean, the Jets on third downs have been. I wish I had the stats,
Not on this
guys.
defense.
Absolutely
Pick up the first down.
incredible.
Suffering that loss. Now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
Let's see. It's a big play here. Taylor's got nowhere to run. And he's going to go down. He's going to fumble. The Jets will recover. Probably good because you want the punt. You want to get more yards.
They did, so they keep the ball.
Was that Kittle? Wait, Kittle had long hair a second ago. Am I wrong? Now he goes to the sideline. What is he? He goes to the sideline. He goes and puts it up in a bun.
Now comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York.
And then when he goes on the field, he takes out the bun. Come on, Madden.
To return. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play.
That was the.
Points at a premium. Defensive battle.
That was a chance they had.
As we are through three.
Is that Sky Moore? That can't be
Thursday
Sky
Night
Moore.
Football. After this.
Come on, guys. That doesn't look like Sky Moore. Is it Dinty Moore?
First and 10.
Purdy swings it out to McCaffrey. About a yard.
Not going to get too far. Tackled after a gain of just a yard.
1 yard gain.
This is the big drive. You need to get some yards in the air or on the ground for Purdy. You need to get in the end zone and not have it be a run. It cannot be a handoff to McCaffrey. They got a lot of time on the clock. It was key. That sack was key. Oh, we are in the fourth? Jesus, we're in the fourth already? I missed the fourth. I looked down. I'm like, oh, they're still in the third. No, they're in the fourth.
But it falls incomplete.
Incomplete, so 3rd and 9. Uh-oh.
9 yards to
Third
Uh-oh.
down coming up.
Is it 4-down territory? Probably not. With the 2-minute warning and the 3 timeouts. Probably not. But you got to get a first down here. I'm rooting for you, Brock. Throw it. He's got a guy open. And Jennings, again, Jennings is a monster today. 6 catches, 50 yards. 58 yards? What is that?
And the 49er first down.
I got 92 passing yards now for Purdy.
At the 42-yard line.
That's 3.68 points. I mean, even if he... Let's see, where are we? In midfield? Almost midfield. All right.
You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down.
So, yeah, I mean, you need the passing yards from here on out. You can't really afford to hand off to McCaffrey. But now you're under 2 minutes, so would they even risk handing the ball off at this point? Maybe. Purdy likes to point to his head a lot. Back to throw, swings it out. I hope that wasn't backwards.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
That was one that, you know, I'm going to put it in there as a 2-yard pass, but
At the 44-yard line.
might have been backwards, which would be more of a rush.
Second down, 8 for the first down.
Purdy empty backfield. He's got a guy over the middle. That's McCaffrey. That's what you want to see. And a little 103 yards I saw there. He's up to 103. That's 4.12 points. 128 to go. 2 more timeouts. Now they're not going to kick a field goal. We've seen some really. You know what? I should take that back because on the one occasion we saw a really stupid field goal attempt. It was pretty much this same scenario, 7-3. This was what you did not want. If you're Wyatt, that's not what you want. You don't want to see them hand the ball off to McCaffrey. And they're not taking a timeout here either. You want to see them take that whole, not worry about the clock and just, well, you got to worry about the clock, but get it in the end zone.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy.
He's got Pearsall for about 10.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
8.
Timeout 49ers. That is their second.
PA announcer said 9.
They'll get it with just a shade under
29,
left in this
down
one.
to the 29-yard line. They take their second time out.
Here's first down.
Another handoff, and McCaffrey breaks one. Those are yards you could not afford to lose.
Just outside the 10-yard line. A pickup there of 19.
Now, really, at this point, what could happen? What could happen? You score a quick touchdown in this next play, and then the Jets somehow manage a field goal. I don't know how with 41 seconds to go. The Jets, if anything, they should be calling a timeout right now.
It's when do
This is a big play. Empty backfield, so you're going to get a pass. Got to score on this one. You want to score on this one. Oh, almost picked. Andre Cisco gets a hand in there. Cisco. I always say that. Sorry. That's fun to say.
And it'll lead to a
Cisco.
second and goal.
All right. 30 seconds left. Again. Ooh. McCaffrey in the backfield. You know, I mean, come on. You can't run the ball here, right? No.
Out of the gun.
Right to Kendrick Bourne over the middle. You know, all right, they're going to call a timeout there.
They get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to
I mean,
the
they can
defense.
afford to do
Once
that,
ball
right?
was
They can
caught, they
afford
were on 'em quickly, and
to get some yards
there
there,
was
call a
nowhere for him to
timeout.
go after the catch.
But
They come to the
Wyatt
line,
cannot
needs
afford.
6
If you're the
yards for a
Brock
first
Purdy
down.
holder, you cannot afford.
Third down.
Let's see what we got. Oh, it's covered there. Kendrick Bourne. Here comes the decision making.
Could be their final play.
Please do not kick. Now, all right, it looks like the PC knows better. Not like the J.J. McCarthy game. And if you're watching and you want to see something really dumb, go to the end of the J.J. McCarthy
Just doesn't
sim.
focus through the catch. Lapse of concentration.
And you'll see some of the dumbest AI fourth quarter decision making you've ever seen. Purdy throws it quickly. There's a blitz, and it looks like incomplete. And the ball will change hands, and the Jets will take a knee
Turnover on down.
and come away with the victory.
Jets offense ready to take over once more.
I have a few friends that are 49ers fans. I never get to brag.
So just one kneel down.
And what are they doing here? What is this? This is insane.
Here's a zone read to start the drive.
Take a knee.
It'll be second down.
The quarterback could have handed
Why
it.
would they do that?
Himself, I don't really think either option would have turned out much different.
I mean,
Great job by the
all right.
defense having a
Yeah, you're
plan
gonna run the
to
clock out here.
and
Yeah, all right.
for
I
the
don't think we're
quarterback,
gonna see another
and they're
snap,
able to
but
force
man,
carry for no gain.
that was dumb. The Jets win 7-3
A win for the visiting Jets.
over the
Points were at a
49ers to go
premium in this
13
one,
and
but they're
8
able to
in our
eke out the
21
victory
sims so
in
far.
this low-scoring affair.
Unbelievable. And Brock Purdy could not get the 49ers in the end zone despite having a first and 10, well, they're having the ball at the 11-yard line, I guess.
So that'll just
With
about do
about
it for
30
Greg
seconds to
and our
go.
entire team. I'm
This
Mike
was a big
Tirico.
play, but,
You've
you
been
know, in the
watching
end, it didn't matter.
NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on
Somehow
to
that's Sky Moore.
EASports.com. With that, we say good night from Silicon Valley.
Good night, Mike Tirico. Let's check our stats here. We'll run them through just to make sure we got a good number, but I don't think Brock Purdy's got a chance. 116 yards. I had him at 115. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Looking at the rushing, I don't think he had any, and he didn't. Looking at that Tyrod Taylor, 27 yards. That was big. Taylor with that fumble, but Breece Hall was able to pick it up. I got to keep my eye on that because the stats are all kinds of weird with the fumbles. I feel like sometimes they don't, you know, if a receiver fumbles but he doesn't have a carry, he's not going to show up here. And if you look at the receiving stats, they don't have fumble as an option here. So when it comes to these stats, I gotta keep my eyes peeled on what actually happens. All right, so looking here, we're gonna have obviously nothing from Purdy, but we always do take a look here to kind of give you the view. 2 drops here. That had to be key. Kendrick Bourne and Ricky Pearsall, 2 drops. Oof. didn't exactly help. I'm sure that those were on that last drive too. They probably gave him drops in some of those passes at the end. Man, tough one to watch, really. Tough one to watch. You always kind of thought that Purdy might just break through and score a touchdown and get him in the end zone, but it just didn't work out. So Purdy's going to join the scrap heap there after round one. And Wyatt, thanks for getting involved with the NFT. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to pad your NFT collection with any from our new collection, the wide receivers, tight ends, and running backs. They'll be coming out in, we think, April, probably late April. Keep an eye out for that. With that being said, we're going to go right into, in about 5-10 minutes, we'll go right into our next simulation, which will be Cam Ward, which should be an interesting game because the 74 rated Jets versus the 75 rated Titans. Cam Ward, I think he's about a 73, which I feel like is not really fair. I think it's pretty darn low. But then again, Tyrod Taylor has been performing amazingly in these games, so you never know. We even had Kyle McCord was on the top 8 for like the first 15 games. He remained in the top 8. He just narrowly got pushed out a few games ago. So you never really know how these guys are going to perform in these 3-minute quarters, in these games, in these simulations. But we'll check it out, and we'll give you Cam Ward in just a few minutes.